Okay, it is July 29th. I'm not even sure why I am recording this, but it's kind of a revelation dealing with prophecies and insights I received over 10 years ago to build a Life Force Healing and Power Center and Temple, along with my other studies of the Jahm Force, or the Life Force Power Center. So this ties into the prophecy and the experience I had crossing over through my death experience, and I'm just going to, I still don't understand it. Hopefully I'll understand it by the time I'm done. So I'm just going to record this and document this and see what happens. Starting with this guy speaking about triptych temples.
While incredibly formed that few Masons understand their own symbols, the fact remains that they use them. And let's return now to the Gothic cathedrals, and we'll be finishing the lecture right now with this. You can see if you follow the Twin Towers down, they end in what I call the doors of opposites. A third larger door is centered between the doors of opposites, and this third larger door unites the doors of opposites into a kind of 3-in-1 symbol. Just as the apex of a triangle unites its two lower halves, and just as the circle unites the twins yin and yang. So the triptych's center door thus signifies this center point, this balance of the two opposite sides between them. And therefore it represents the soul between us, the soul within us in our center, and the God within us. In this way, the entire triptych itself represents Carl Jung's union of opposites through the middle path. When we do this, when we unite the opposites, when we balance ourselves in our center, we awaken to a different path. We find our inner God, we find our inner peace. And I think that's what this triptych tradition says all around the world. I've only just given you a very small piece of what I've found because of the only 45-minute ability to tell you. I don't want to go into...
Okay, so I'm not sure if that recorded volume, but I'm going to continue here, and I'm going to go to this photo here. I think, where's this photo? Okay, so right here is a Masonic tracing board. And as you can see on the tracing board, there's a pillar here, and there's a pillar here, and there's a pillar in the middle. This is the moon, and this is the one with the sun above. It's called the opposites. And in the middle is the balance. And above the middle, there's, like, I would say a star for now, or a light, or an eye. So that is that. I did not know anything about this. A couple of months ago, maybe almost last year, I think, I needed a dance floor for my studio, and the only one I could find was available. And so my studio here is kind of a mix of a meditation, life force practicing center, and studio. So all of these things I'm about to show you now are years of compilation that was given to me to do. Like I said, I don't know why. I will find out why. I guess I'm just following what's given to me. So look here again. Now I'm going to show you my studio, and you might be as freaked out as I was when I noticed this after watching this video. Okay, here's my studio. Here's my dance floor in my studio. Okay? Here's my meditation center, where I practice and meditate. And we talked about the duality. You notice there's two glasses here for duality. And behind the two glasses there are two rocks. There's a rock here, and there's a rock here. Now, those are the drinks, and right here you see a candle holder. Candle holder is usually where I light for my meditation, and the light comes from that, and I meditate through this light that reminds me of the place I went when I had the death experience. And you go up above the candle holder, you see it's sitting on a star. No, I have not planned this. These are things that I just put together. Star. In the back, you see some books that I read and study, and these books here are the books that I've written. Some of the books, many books that I've written that talks about this life force energy, power center, and the things that were directed to me. Now remember, I'm going to go back here to this photo here, but you're not remembering most of this. So back here, we're here. It's very surreal. So I'm going to come back over here to here, and I showed you the duality and the light. And then you see my Life Force Power Center church where I have been ordained and this stuff. But if you notice, there's two lights. There's a light on the left and a light on the right. And above the light on the left and the right is where he talked about the yin and yang, the duality of the yin and yang. And you notice the yin and yang, he talks about the yin and yang is encompassed in a circle because the balance of light and dark is encompassed in our body, circle. So this balance of this trinity, you notice this is a triangle here. I'll point this glass here, this makes a triangle, and the light is in the center. And here is a triangle again, and the balance, life, is in the center. So if you step back here, you see the two lights, you see the whole dance floor, and right above that, we would say, go back to the light and the star, and I'm gonna go all the way up past the yin and yang power center, and the highest thing I got here is the Jahm force, where I went, where I had my experience. This picture was given to me at the time I came back, and it's, I can't even remember the artist's name, but it's called Man's Contemplation of the Universe. And the logo, the Jahm Force logo, was given to me as well, and you can see there's a man under the logo summoning all the powers of the universe, standing on top. I haven't researched this for this, but he's standing on top. Probably will be the center pillar, which would be the light. So just gonna remember, I said I just put this stuff together. Doesn't matter if anyone believes me, I'm just documenting this so I can clearly understand this myself. Okay, so that's that. And that board is made to make the temples. I can go back to the video before. If you watched the video before, I talked about the temple, so I'm just going to go from that. This is what they used, the tracing board, to make all of those temples. And the Freemasons traveled around the world and took the ancient knowledge from the ancient people and began to replicate that. So once again, funny, dance floor. Why did I make a dance floor that? Because it, dance is exercising the spirit, so forth. And there you have it. This is the Life Force Power Center. You have backstage understanding, clearance, visual, whatever you want to call it. And I guess whoever understands this, you might be chosen for something, I guess, like I am, or whatever's going on here. But it's time and place. This is the Jahm Master Jedi 2018, the year of the infinity. And I am back. So be it. You are the power.